and welcome to Pock and Rob. This week's video was intended to be the latest in my Ranking McCartney series, running through the tracks of the album Flowers in the Dirt. I was all prepped, and then on Wednesday the sad news broke that Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac had died, and therefore this week's video can only be focused on Fleetwood Mac. I'm going to run through my 30 tracks of my years of the band Fleetwood Mac. I'm taking into account obviously the classic era, the classic lineup from 1974 through to 1987. I'm also going to be considering the early success era under Peter Green. Before I go into my ranking, I just remind you to like the video by hitting the thumbs up. Click the subscribe if you've not already done so. And finally, to click the bell to receive notifications of future content. So starting off with number 30, it's a single from 1970. It is the last thing that Peter Green recorded with the group. It's Green Manalishi with the Two-Pronged Crown. This is quite a dark, brooding track, and was the mental health issues that Peter Green was undergoing at the time are almost self-evident through this song. Number 30, Green Manalishi. And number 20 from the album Tusk is the track Over and Over. It's the first one on this list that is a Christine McVie penned track. It's a fine track. I find Tusk an exhausting listen, exposed as I have been to it via the CD version, and it's a long listen. I think I want to hear Tusk again on the two vinyl discs that the double album actually contained. And number 28 from Mirage, which is from the classic era at least, their weakest album. It's Only Over You, another Christine McVie great track. And number 27 from the resurgence that was Tango in the Night is Isn't It Midnight, again written by Christine McVie. And number 26 from the pen of Lindsey Buckingham, I have placed Big Love, also from Tango in the Night. This was a single, it was a top tenner in the UK, and is just a great fun song. It would be higher were it not for the breathy vocals that I think Stevie Nicks had placed all over the track, which kind of get on my wick after a while. But Big Love is still a great song at number 26. Number 25 is the first entry on this list from the pen of Stevie Nicks. I am not fond generally of most of Stevie Nicks' contribution to Fleetwood Mac. Okay. But at number 25, by Stevie Nicks, and from the Mirage album, it's Gypsy. This is one of the examples that I think, well, when she's good, she's brilliant. And number 24, returning to the Tusk album for a Lindsey Buckingham track. And many of his tracks on this album are quite Spartan. This is no exception. It's What Makes You Think You're the One. There's a real vehemence in this track that you kind of thinking it's something to do with the outfall of the breakup of Buckingham and Nicks as a relationship. Immediately following that, at number 23, and from the same album and the same writer, is Not That Funny. I think this is one of the highlights of the Tusk record. Number 22, written by Christine McVie, and the first track from unquestionably their greatest album, which is Rumours, is You Make Loving Fun. I think You Make Loving Fun is just, it was a great single, it's a great listen, it's a great performance. And number 22. Number 21, I have placed a track that I knew as a result of owning the single. It was not a successful single, and it came from the Greatest Hits compilation from 1988. It's As Long As You Follow. This, for me, is a great lost Christine McVie penned Fleetwood Mac track. I think As Long As You Follow, it's such a shame that there weren't more things like As Long As You Follow on the Behind the Mask album that came out in 1990. As Long As You Follow at number 21. And number 20, a single released from Tango in the Night by Stevie Nicks, it's Seven Wonders. Her best contribution to that particular album. Seven Wonders, it gets under your skin in a way that some of her other songs for me really don't. And number 19, returning to the Rumours album for Lindsey Buckingham's Go Your Own Way. There's a real drive and edge to this track. and it's another one of the many reasons as to why Rumours is such a great album. It's such a diverse and enjoyable listen. Go your own way. Number 18, I've placed the highest solely written by Stevie Nicks track on this entire list. I said I don't particularly like her, but I do think that when she gets it right, it's great. Sarah, from the Tusk album. It's just a really, really, really good song. I think I just prefer the single edit version because it's that little bit shorter. Its extension over to the 6 minutes on Tusk is perhaps a little bit too much, but it's still a really, really great song. Number 17, we're returning to the Peter Green era for Black Magic Woman. This is a blues classic and has life outside of the version that you will have heard by Fleetwood Mac, and of course the fact that it was done by Santana as an instrumental. Black Magic Woman, it's a special piece of music. Number 17. Sticking with the Peter Green era for their sole UK number one, it is at number 16, Albatross. It's just a beautiful instrumental and one of the greatest instrumentals to hit the number one spot. Albatross at number 16. Number 15 is the first track that I've picked from the start of what's known as the classic era from the Fleetwood Mac album. It is Monday Morning, a Lindsey Buckingham barnstormer. Kicks off the album, and I think Monday Morning is one of the very, very best Lindsey Buckingham-led tracks from that era. And number 14, we're back to the Peter Green era for Oh Well. This is one of the great guitar riffs in rock and blues music. We're staying with Peter Green for the number 13 on this list, and this got to number 2, just missing out on a follow-up number 1 single. It came out just after Albatross. It's Man of the World. I think this is quite possibly the best thing of the entire Peter Green era of Fleetwood Mac. Now, after the Peter Green era, Fleetwood Mac pretty much went into the doldrums. It's a miracle that they survived as far as 1974-75 to become the globe bestriding behemoth that this section is represented by. At number 12, I have placed the penultimate track from Rumours. It's back with Christine McVie again. The reason for this video, it's Oh Daddy, a song that she wrote about the daddy of the band, which is, of course, Mick Fleetwood. At number 11, we're staying with Rumours for the next few tracks. It's I Don't Want to Know by Lindsey Buckingham. And at number 10, Secondhand News, which opens the record. Both of them, I love the Lindsey Buckingham material on Rumours. I love Rumours. I think Rumours is unquestionably one of the greatest albums ever released. And at number 9, from Rumours is The Chain, the big jam come song come F1 theme that everybody knows that was written by all 5 of them. The Chain is Fleetwood Mac's literal signature song. They even named a compilation that celebrated their 25 years, The Chain. They named a live album, The Chain. It's an essential track in their canon. And I remember hearing The Chain for the first time. And yes, I knew it from Formula One. But I bought Rumours on a whim on vinyl in the late 80s. I put side 2 on, listening to The Chain, thinking, oh, this is pleasant. And then I heard that bass line. And I had no idea that was Fleetwood Mac. The Chain is an incredible song. Number 8, it's another Christine McVie song. It's Little Lies from Tango in the Night, one of the best singles of the 80s. At number 7, we're back with Lindsey Buckingham and the Difficult Tusk album for the title track, which for me is the best thing on Tusk. I love the rhythm in this. This is such a rhythm-driven track that Spartan, like I said, is how Lindsey Buckingham's tracks come across. But this one is to the max and yet works perfectly. Tusk at number 7. At number 6, I have placed the best song for me from the Mirage album. It's Oh Diane. The only real hit, that, as far as I'm aware, from that record. I think part of that may have been linked to the whole Princess Diana mania that was taking place around 81, 82. But Oh Diane, best track on Mirage. At number 5, I've come to the best track from the Fleetwood Mac 1975 release, and it's Christine McVie's Say That You Love Me. It's just a perfect slice of mid-70s pop. At number 4, we're coming back to Rumours for Never Going Back Again, and the last song on this list by Lindsay. It's just great acoustic guitar work, great song. And the final 3 tracks, fittingly for a video that was birthed by the death of Christine McVie, they are all Christine McVie songs, because for me, she was the best songwriter in Fleetwood Mac, whatever iteration you care to consider. And number 3 is the absolutely beautiful piano solo piece, Songbird, from Rumours. This song is just so beautifully done. It's her signature piece. There is an absolutely beautiful version as well that was done by Ava Cassidy, who has her links to Fleetwood Mac in the fact that she used to play at the club Blues Alley that was owned by Mick Fleetwood. Songbird is just beautiful. And number 2, from Rumours, and the best track from Rumours for me, Don't Stop. Massively overplayed, inextricably linked to the campaign for the presidency by Bill Clinton, but Don't Stop is perfect pop. And even in the fact that it's sung by Lindsey Buckingham to begin with, and then she takes over the vocals, it's the best thing on Rumours, and an absolutely great timeless song. But something does beat it, and it's everywhere. From Tango in the Night, Mac's greatest single, this should have gone higher in the charts for me, because Everywhere is just everything good about Fleetwood Mac is packaged up in the song Everywhere. So that concludes my 30 tracks of my years for Fleetwood Mac. Rest in peace, Christine McVie. Thank you for the music. I'll be back in a week with another video. It will be, unless something else happens in the interim, my Flowers in the Dirt ranking tracks. Of course, we're in December now, which means that I'm going to be starting to turn my attention to my review of 2022. I've been listening to a stack of albums this year. I may be doing a top 30 albums of 2022. I've listened to that much, and there's been that much that I've thought has been really good. Stay tuned with the bell to receive notifications of when all of this comes out. But before you go, remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you in a week with another video.